that we're going to use tonight. We have Mirin, low sodium soy sauce, brown sugar, and ginger. I'm going to move this out of the way, and then we'll get to cooking on this stuff, and I'll show you how all this is going to go. So tonight I'm actually doing a big batch. So normally I do a smaller batch, but we've got a cook coming up, and I need to make a big batch for this. So normally I do a 2-to-1. So I'll use 2 cups of soy sauce, the light stuff, and then 1 cup of Mirin, and then 1 cup of light brown sugar, and then I also put in ginger chunks. So we're going to go ahead and add our light soy sauce, and people have asked. I can't get this stuff around here. I'm originally from Georgia, and I'm living in West Virginia now, so it's kind of hard to find big containers of soy sauce or even finding Mirin in the grocery store. Wait a minute, I'm doing a big batch, so let me add, that was 2 cups. So I'm gonna do 4 cups of soy sauce here. And then I'm gonna do 2 cups, since I'm doing 2-to-1, of the Mirin. Don't want to open, so we'll just flip the lid up. So there's our 2 cups. So there's our 2-to-1 method right there. Next, I'll throw in my ginger chunks, and ginger, I mean, just buy it at Walmart or wherever else. We'll start this off at a high heat, and the critiques that I got from other people, friends and family, is that I need to explain what a reduction is. So reducing is taking your liquid and getting it to half. My previous video, I didn't explain that much other than saying a reduction. So we're just going to get this on a high heat, and we're going to try and reduce it down by half before I add in the light brown sugar. So in there right now is the soy sauce, the Mirin, and the pieces of ginger. I didn't peel the ginger because I'd rather have that ginger in there when I put the sauce in a container and just let it keep adding that flavor in there. I'm doing a video and the dog actually wants to show up now, which is great. That's fine. So we're going to let that go on high heat right now. Maybe he'll make an appearance. Maybe you can see him or not. Since I'm doing a big batch, I started off with 1 cup of light brown sugar. I'll add that in just a minute. Then I'm also going to add, since I'm doing a big batch, another cup of light brown sugar. And this is the cheap stuff because it's Walmart, and that's about all that's around here other than a Kroger, but you got to drive a ways to get Kroger. So other people wondered and asked where I'm getting all my stuff. Everything that I get, because I can't find it around here in big bottles, I buy it off Amazon. It is where I get most of my stuff from. I get it in 2-3 days max. So I'm just going to stir this around real good. Hopefully y'all can see that. I try to position the camera so you can actually see the pot, because some of the other comments was, hey, I didn't show an end result on the last one. So we'll just let that go for a minute or 2, and then I'm going to start adding some brown sugar to it. I'll measure out another cup of brown sugar to add in there. So on this sauce, the things that I like to do is I'll add it to the containers that I'm going to use. If you have mason jars, which I'm all out right now because all the rest of the sauces that I've made before and they're sitting in the refrigerator. But if it's a hot liquid, instead of trying to do canning, just pour it while it's hot, seal it, set it off to the side. When it cools, it'll actually pressure seal it. This sauce right here, I've had it for in the refrigerator in containers or even a little squirt bottle for almost 6 months. Hate to say it that way. I don't know the shelf life on it, but it still tasted good. When you're doing this, once you add the sugar to it, you really got to watch it because it will boil over on you, and you got to be mindful of your heat there. If you reduce it by too much, then I've made it before, and it turned into almost molasses. I mean, it was so thick, I had to spoon it out of a container. It was that thick. So if you using this on food, whether it be chicken, steak, it's really great on rice, vegetables, broccoli, asparagus, green beans, whatever kind of stuff, just be mindful. When I use it as an add-on after I'm done cooking. Don't put it in there with a pan, because then your consistency is going to change once you heat it back up. So this is actually coming up almost to a boil. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add that first cup of light brown sugar. Hopefully that won't boil over while I measure out another cup of light brown sugar. And obviously I didn't cut a big enough hole in the bag here. So y'all give me a second on this. Alright, so there's another cup that I'm going to add. Nice little silicone measuring cups. Love these a lot, better than the metal ones that I had before. That took up way too much space and things stuck in it. And then I had that little old bowl. And then y'all excuse my fine china again, because it's cheaper to go ahead and throw that out than. So I'm just gonna mix that up. And that brown sugar in there, this is gonna boil over here really quick. And once it does that, that's when I'm gonna drop my heat down. So all I'm doing is I'm still stirring it, because I'm trying to stop it from boiling over. But in this process, you've got your ginger pieces that you cut up, and all I did was just took some ginger, cut it up into some chunks, and then threw it straight in there. I left the skin on. I really don't care about the skin in the actual sauce. You can strain it. Yeah, this is gonna go quick. So it's getting ready to boil over. I'm just gonna pull it off the heat. Hopefully you all can see it boiling over. Pull it off the heat. Drop my heat down to low. Let that go on back down, and then put it back on heat. And then you can sit here and let it simmer. And that is pretty much it on this sauce. Just let it go. Let it sit there and simmer. The longer you do, the more that ginger will come out. So, with the actual sauce itself, I mean, you're letting that ginger come out. This is where the reduction starts. And I mean, reduce it by half, reduce it by a third, or don't reduce at all. So I mean, you can take this hot liquid and go straight into, a mason jar, seal it up, and let it cool, put it in the refrigerator. But you don't want to sit here and keep boiling it and basically making syrup or molasses out of this sauce. But this sauce is fantastic. You can't go wrong with it. You're only looking at 4 ingredients. The ginger, if you're buying that and you have leftovers, what I normally do is I'll take the ginger, I'll put it in the freezer, and it'll keep for a long time. And then if I'm doing any kind of other dishes where I'm using this sauce, I'll take the ginger out and I'll microplane it onto the actual sauce, or I'll microplane ginger onto fish or steak or really the big thing that my kids used to love is chicken wings with this sauce. Add this sauce to some chicken wings that you cook, and then grate or microplane ginger on top of it. Just added a little extra flavor to it. So hopefully y'all enjoy this video. I'm gonna try and do at least one a week. And I noticed that, you know, a lot of people looked at the videos, they did not subscribe to the channel, and that's for y'all to do. I know that subscribing and then hitting the little bell icon or whatever it is on there helps me out. The numbers were good for the last 48 hours, and it kind of trickled down. So anyway, this is what I got for a sauce, and I'm going to turn the heat off here, and I'm going to transfer over to some containers. I wish I had some mason jars, but they're all used up with other sauces right now. And when I get those other sauces out, then I'll start using mason jars and show you all that. But I'm leaving that ginger pieces in there because I really like the ginger in there. The other thing, you can also strain it and, you know, take the ginger out. But I don't want to leave ginger in the actual sauce longer than, you know, a few days, because it will go bad sitting in sauce in the refrigerator unless you freeze it. So hopefully y'all enjoy this video. I'm going to keep going on with other stuff that I've got recipe wise, and we'll see what comes out. If you like what you see, please drop me a comment, let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll come up with some more videos that I do and that y'all have seen of my cooking, and we'll go from there. I know that in the near future, everybody's asked at work about my pizza dough and my pizza endeavor that I'm at right now. So that might be the next one that comes up as far as how I actually make my pizza dough. Anyway, y'all have a good evening, and see you soon.